lagging again.
I know, I saw that too. All right, everybody, we are live and lagging, so bear with us. For some reason, every time we go live, my internet decides to not like us.
Live and lagging.
Linda is amazing, and right, live and lagging, I want to show everybody how amazing Linda is. So, for anybody who's been paying attention, I busted my tibia, like shattered it, have a donor tibia. And Linda and Lydia got me an essential basket box. Oh, wait, you can't see it. There's so much. I love opening these. You should have seen the bow. But, ooh, that's probably sketchy in the camera.
That's okay.
Look at all my goodies. I got homemade honey. And I got this really cool, wait, where's it at? I got a
That's
really
peach
cool
salsa.
Colorado cup, which is phenomenal. And tea. Is that peach salsa? Oh,
That's peach salsa.
don't tell Charlie. That's peach. I thought it was honey.
No, it's
I was
peach
super excited. I did
salsa.
get a little honey too. So I got a
You
little
get
honey and then I got peach salsa. So I got peach salsa. I didn't open it.
No,
I
don't
didn't
open
look
it.
at it. This is really good. You can't tell Charlie I have it. I can't open it till I get home. So,
Good luck with
anyways,
that.
I got all the goodies. That peach salsa comes from the ladies. Because Linda and Lydia, oh, I dumped my box. They can their own stuff, and it's always really good. Linda, thank you so much. And then all my clients, because I know that there was a few of my clients that pitched in on it. So that's
We
why
all
we
love
do
you
what we
and
do,
miss you. Yes.
right? That's why we coach. That's why we all spend so much time together, is because we get to care for each other in the ups and the downs. And that's what it means to be. I think that's the big thing about all of the client relations that I have, is that we have that personal touch. And I
Yes.
know that for me, that it means something huge. So thank you, Linda. I appreciate it so much.
And we appreciate you so
Now,
much.
what did you want to talk
Love you and
about? I
miss
know
you.
that you kind of had a topic.
Well, I'm kind
I'm
of
hopefully going
leaning
to be
in on,
back.
huh? What was that?
Go
You
for
said
it.
something.
No, you're fine.
Okay.
We're lagging.
We are lagging. Linda's lagging. Um, in regard to peak performance, the box that we gave to you, Brittany, number one, that is Lydia at her best, putting all the items in there that she knew you would love. So get to know the people you're working with, get to know them well so that you can relate to them on a human level, not just on a business level. Um, it goes so much further. Many of my clients are actually friends now because I have been able to learn so much about them, their families, the things they're going through. And in the client relationship, we have that business relationship, but outside it, we have the friendship. And that allows me to perform at my best because that's what I do best, is connect and help people feel loved, valued, and appreciated. So that allows me to perform at my peak. What is it that you do, whether it's in business or whether it's just, just day to day stuff? What do you excel at? How can you take that and put it into everything that you do? Brittany puts love into everything she does. It's not just coaching, it's coaching with her heart. And you can see that. It's a definite difference. And it's not just results that she offers. And I think that's really important that we don't lose the human connection of the people that we're working with and helping.
Yeah, I agree completely. And I think, Linda, I mean, we've been friends for 10 years,
Yeah,
over 10 years.
overtime. Yeah.
You, yeah, you just had lunch with my son because my son went to a Ghost concert here in Denver and he got to enjoy it. And I think that why we've been friends for so long. And, Lydia is a huge part of both of our lives,
Oh
and
yes.
she's an essential basket, beautiful work, so many things. But I think that all of us, when we get into New Reality, when we go to newreality.me, we have that same atmosphere with everybody that's in there because we have, well, at New Reality, Eileen and Debbie just
Hmm.
pull in people who are like minded. And being in that space of you can, there's people who clock in at a 9 to 5, they clock in and they clock out. There's people who clock in, give 120% and be rated for it, right? There's people who go to work to tit for tat, and there's so many different types of people. And when you look at the industry and when you look at cultures inside of work, which is what you're helping, right? You're helping office culture, you're helping create a peak performance. The purpose of that is to get rid of the tit for tat, to get rid of the I'm here to do my job, I'm working 9 to 5, making my paycheck, and then I'm out. The goal is that people can cohesively work together because they know each other. In business, we say know, like, and trust. That's how you sell yourself. Why do we not have that in the office? Why is that something that we don't participate in and we don't push towards in the office? Or even, at a fast food restaurant or different things like that. I know that when you look at it, it's so hard to find a culture where you know who you're with and you support those people in different ways.
I think whether we want to admit it or not, you have your office family, your work family, and you have your home family. And not all families are fully functional. And so, what I try to do is to help the businesses, mom and pop shops, franchises, all different sizes, is to help them perform as a functional family, not a dysfunctional family, although there's always going to be a little bit of dysfunction. And you can put the fun back in dysfunctional if you'd like. Um, but when you spend that amount of time with people, I mean, people that work a regular job 32 to 40 hours a week or more, you probably spend more time with your coworkers than you do with your family because you're there 8 hours a
Hmm.
day. You might be around your family 8 hours a day on the weekends, but everybody's in and out, the kids are doing whatever. You're not in each other's faces like you are at work. And so it's helping realize that you are in a family. Not everybody likes their family members, and you don't like your family members all the time, every day. There's going to be those kind of issues going on, but you learn how to make it work. And that's what I do is I come in and help you see where you might have those breaks in communication, you might have those breaks in just what people think they're supposed to be doing versus what the leadership thinks they're supposed to be doing. And if that's not reading the same, if that communication isn't the same, then the results aren't going to be what's expected because they're not on the same page. So just helping, whether it's your family at home, whether it's your family at work, learning how to interact with people who are different than you. And that difference can be personality, it can be gender, it can be skin color, racial background, it can be generational. And workplaces are like families because now we're multi generational. There's a good 4 generations working in the same space that we haven't seen that before. You've got late teens, early 20s, all the way into their 60s. And we are 4 completely separate generations in that span. And each generation has a different mindset. They expect different things. They work differently. They've been taught differently. And how to get them, you go from people in my age group and older that are used to communicating face to face, all the way down to the kids just getting out of school and starting their career, who have spent all of their time
Emailing.
on here, emailing, chatting, not talking, texting, and how to help spread, let's get them working together so that they can understand each other and how they communicate, because the end result, the end game, what they want is still the same. They want to be successful. So think about your family at home. If grandma comes to visit, how do you talk to grandma? You make allowances. You don't just expect your 90-year-old grandma to pick up a smartphone and understand what you're doing. You talk to her because that's how she communicates. And so helping them bridge that gap in the workplace and get everybody kind of understanding how best to communicate with the people they're talking to.
Well, and that's huge, right? I mean, when you talk
Yeah.
about the generational gap inside of the workplace now, we're used to, back in the day, it used to be you worked until you were 50, you were able to retire, you were able to, give the business to the kids, you were able to move forward and do things. Nowadays, you're lucky if you can afford to retire.
Mm,
And then everybody who's coming into the workforce, they are struggling because you cannot live off of one income anymore. So we're all coming into this space of really we have to work together because people
mhm,
can't afford to not work, and we have to figure out what are those steps, and how, like you said, we're raised in different digital worlds. We have non-digital all the way to you send an email to complete something.
mhm,
And when you're sending an email to somebody, they might have preferred that you just came and talked to them because they don't know how to read your tone,
mhm,
because people put tone into things that, we put things on stuff when we're confronted by it. It's an automatic. Whether it was intended with tone or it wasn't, if I don't like emails and you're sending me an email, I'm already irritated. So I already see that there's a tone in this email.
Well, and
Or,
you're gonna read it in the tone that's in your head
mhm,
and not in the tone it was intended.
yeah,
It's
exactly.
really
And if I
it's
don't know
really hard to
you,
put inflection. It's really hard to put inflection into just text or
yeah,
email.
exactly. So hopefully we can, that's what I love about what you do is you go in and you really help people create an atmosphere where you know people and you can actually put the tone of, oh, this is Becky down the hall and she's super sweet and she's 21 and she's, gonna make a life for herself, and here's her email, and I'm gonna go talk to her instead of reply to her email because I'm 55 years old and I enjoy my life as it is, and so being able to make those two things work is phenomenal. And I'm so excited that you get to do that with people. Um,
Me too.
And hopefully we can just create a space where people understand that this is what it looks like now.
It's the dynamics are changing,
Yeah.
and people aren't able to retire at 65, 70. Um, I, for one, don't wish to retire. I love what I do. So, and when they do retire, if they don't have something else in place, they start to atrophy.
Yeah.
And we're living longer, but we need to be healthier in our living longer. So we need to keep the mind moving, the mind fresh, the mind engaged. And if it's not at work, then what do we find to replace that? So
Yeah, exactly. No, I love that. Thank you so much, Linda. I know that I threw us off topic with my
no worries.
basket,
That worked really well. So thank you.
but I think it works well. So we will talk about what you want to talk about next week. We hope to see everybody. We did do this live a little bit later. Hopefully next week will be at 8:15. I have a feeling it will be. School started. People are going to school. So everybody should be out of the house. So we will see you guys next week, 8:15 in the morning. Linda, thank you so much for your time. Everybody, if you want to book with us over here, there's the bit.ly links, and also all of our episodes are on YouTube, so you can see everything that we talk about. Thank you guys so much.
Thank you. Have a wonderful Thursday.